There are some YouTubers who say that you don't need to care about a niche and you can just create videos on whatever you want and eventually you'll blow up. On the other hand, there are other YouTubers that say that you should just focus on one particular niche and just double down on that. Now, I actually tried both of these things and here's my verdict. Hey there, this is Shruti, and on this channel I help creators and entrepreneurs grow their audience and income online. And in this video, I want to share with you how I got my first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and all the things I wish I knew when I started out as a small YouTuber. Now, getting to your first 1,000 subscribers is a pretty special milestone for YouTubers because it tells you two things. One, that you are closer to your goal of monetization on YouTube, and not only this, getting to 1,000 subscribers also validates your channel. So when I started my channel, my focus wasn't really on becoming a big YouTuber, it was actually on promoting my business and getting more traffic to my company called Digital Empires. And since I've been blogging for the last few years, I was pretty comfortable with driving traffic using sources like Google and Pinterest, and YouTube was basically something that I wanted to try out for the longest time, but never really had the courage to get started on it until this year. I also realized that there weren't a lot of female YouTubers in the space that I'm in that weren't raised in the West and were actually talking about marketing and making money online. So moving on, what helped me get to my first 1,000 subscribers? The number one tip that I have for you is to narrow down your focus. Now, there's a lot of contradictory advice on YouTube about whether or not you should have a particular niche or whether you should go really broad. There are some YouTubers who say that you don't need to care about a niche and you can just create videos on whatever you want and eventually you'll blow up. On the other hand, there are other YouTubers that say that you should just focus on one particular niche and just double down on that. Now, I actually tried both of these things and here's my verdict. It does help to have a particular niche, especially a particular category of content that you focus on. Since I already knew that the focus of my YouTube channel was to promote my education business, I was somewhat already limited by topics. So I knew that I wouldn't be having a vlog style channel. Instead, I would be sharing information on social media marketing, how to build your business, entrepreneurship, and similar topics. Even with that said, I did experiment a lot in the first 6 months and I was creating content on blogging, productivity, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, and all sorts of things in the middle. And during this period of experimenting, I grew really slowly. So I was probably getting around 70 to 80 subscribers a month, which meant that after having experimented for about the first 6 months, I only had 500 subscribers to show on my channel. Whereas when I switched my strategy into making videos for just two topics, one on Pinterest marketing and the other on how to make money online, I started to see much faster traction. In fact, in the last month alone, I got over 500 subscribers following this strategy. What most creators ignore or don't pay a lot of attention to is the fact that YouTube is a search engine. At the end of the day, the algorithm tries to rank, sort, identify, and distribute your content to the right audience, but the algorithm cannot perform that function if you are not clear what your channel is all about. Especially at the beginning, when you have 10 different videos on 10 different topics, the algorithm is sort of confused and there is no relevancy that is helping your content get ranked and discovered on search. Now, if you're a large YouTuber, this tip doesn't really matter because you already have an existing audience to which YouTube can distribute your content first, gather some engagement, likes, etc., and then push out that content to new people. However, when you're just starting out and you have a limited small audience, you want to make sure that your content is speaking to each other and is as relevant as it can get in your particular niche. What this essentially means for you is that instead of focusing on a large variety of topics on your YouTube channel, especially at the start, what you can do instead is to just focus on 2 or 3 different topics, having your content build on top of the others so that YouTube can understand what your channel is all about and actually distribute it to the right and relevant audience for that particular topic. Moving on, the next tip that I have for you is to simply make more videos. Now, I think the first time that I heard this tip was from Sean Cannell over at Think Media, and he said something along the lines that a channel usually needs an average of about 35 videos to start getting traction in the search algorithm and to start growing faster. So in my case, I started to see more and more traction on YouTube after around 38 or 39 videos, and that could be because my publishing schedule was a little bit erratic at the beginning. Now, unless your video goes viral, which you can never really predict with your channel, the next best thing that you can do is to simply create more videos. So think about it this way. If you want to create 40 videos to reach the tipping point on YouTube, you can spread that out over a course of 10 months and make 4 videos a month. Or you could double that and start making 8 videos a month, which would then only take you 5 months to get a lot more traction on YouTube. So this really comes down to two things: how fast you want to grow on YouTube and how much time you have to create videos. Now, as we all know, creating and uploading videos from start to finish can be a very time-consuming process. And if you want to maintain a high quality of content on your channel, you would not want to rush this process. So in my case, when I was visiting my family in India earlier this year, I was on holidays and I had really a lot of time to focus on creating and uploading new content. Whereas once I've been back in Germany, I have a different schedule and there's lots of things that demand my attention. So I'm not really able to create as much content as I would like, but I still try to stick to 4 to 5 videos every single month. Now I know that I'm going to be making YouTube videos for a long time to come. So for me, I'm not really in a rush to be putting out a lot of content really quickly. However, with that said, it does help you at the beginning to get your first 1000 subscribers, to get somewhere around that 40 to 50 videos mark, so that you are allowing YouTube to understand what your content is all about and actually enabling it to push your content to more people as well. More videos equals to more opportunities for people to find and subscribe to your channel. Now at the beginning, when you don't have a large subscriber base, your posting schedule is not going to really matter to your audience that much as it would if you were to be a bigger YouTube channel. This means that you can actually play around and figure out what is the best posting strategy for you and what works best for your channel. At the bare minimum, I recommend uploading at least once per week, but if you do have the time and you want to grow faster, I would recommend uploading 2 or 3 times a week, because that would definitely help fast track your growth on YouTube. Now do keep in mind that even though uploading more consistently and more videos is going to help boost your views and subscribers, it doesn't really help if your content is crappy. So this means that you should be spending some time making improvements to your content, understanding what type of video or what style of video suits your audience the best, and constantly ask for feedback and engagement, which is going to help boost your video even further. Which brings me to the fact, don't forget to give this video a like for the YouTube algorithm. The next tip that I have for you is to optimize for search. Now don't forget that YouTube is a search engine, which means that when you play by the rules of the search engine, you actually do get your videos ranking in search, and that's how you attract new people over to your channel and increase your subscriber as well as your view count. Now having been in the online marketing world for a while, I already knew how important SEO is when it comes to Google or Pinterest, and when I started my YouTube channel, I wanted to make sure that I would spend the time to understand and learn about YouTube SEO. Now the good news is that YouTube SEO is a lot less complicated compared to Google SEO, but it is still quite something to wrap your head around, especially when you're just starting out. Now the one thing that I did right in the beginning was to invest in TubeBuddy, which is a keyword research tool specifically for YouTube, and that also helps you understand how to optimize your videos on search. Without the TubeBuddy extension, it would have been really hard for me to figure out what types of keywords I should be focusing on and how to go about really optimizing my videos for SEO. Right now, I have tons of videos that are ranking in the top 5 listings, and that would never have been possible if I didn't know which keywords to target or how to exactly optimize my videos. So I'm not going to get too much into keyword selection, and if you would like me to make a video specifically on keyword research and on how to use TubeBuddy, let me know in the comments so I can create a separate tutorial on that. But there are some tips that I want to share with you when it comes to optimizing your videos for search. The number one tip that I have for you is to pick more than one keyword for your video title. Now this means when you're creating a video, instead of just going and targeting one keyword for the whole video, you actually target multiple keywords. Now for example, when you see this video, I have actually targeted 3 different keywords in this video. I've targeted how to use Pinterest, how to use Pinterest for beginners, and Pinterest marketing tutorial. This means that my video now has a chance to rank for 3 different keywords instead of just playing for one keyword, especially because I am a small YouTuber and I could use all of the free traffic that search is sending my way. Doing this will help broaden your discoverability on YouTube, because now you get to rank not only for one keyword but multiple related keywords, and the more traffic you have from each of these keywords, the more subscribers and the more your views will grow on YouTube. The next tip that I have for video optimization is your description. Now, when you're creating your video description, make sure to add in all of the relevant keywords right at the beginning of the description. And the reason why you want to do this at the beginning and not at the middle or the end is because when YouTube search shows up, in the snippet, you only get the first 157 characters or so, which means that when the algorithm is scanning your content and identifying where it should be ranking and placing your content, that is the most important part of the description that gets looked at. So when you optimize the first 2 or 3 sentences for your YouTube description, that really helps boost your overall search ranking on YouTube and helps you optimize your video even further. And the next thing that you should also optimize for search is your tags. Now, tags are not as important as they used to be historically on YouTube. However, they still do play a factor when it comes to ranking your videos, which means that you should be adding the same keywords in your tags as you have in your title and description, as well as adding related keywords that can help you get found and discovered in search as well. So when you're uploading your video, make sure to add the main keywords that you selected to be in your title and in your description to also reflect in your tags, as well as add related keywords to your tags so that if you don't rank for the primary keywords that you selected, you can rank for these secondary keywords. Alright, so that brings us to the end of this video. Make sure to let me know in the comments what was your favorite tip in this video, and if there's any other questions that you would like me to answer in my future videos as well. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more such weekly videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.